Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we're back with Verse Me Code. Before we go back into going with the group with Serbia down after the first voting, I figure we go back and see the other two introductions, since we've already seen Luxuria and Gula's introductions. We haven't seen Tortillas or Iparitas. I figure we get that out of the way so it'll be easier to move along through this quickly. So let's go with Tortilla first. Especially after all that, oh boy, with him pulling a gun, maybe it's best we have trust on him. Serbia had already been in the process of introducing herself to Tortilla when Encora joined the group. Serbia, yes, and this is our resident Smarty Pants, Encora. Thanks. Smarty Pants, huh? Well, I'm Tortilla, which is kind of a mouthful, so I'm thinking we should go with better nicknames sometime. Yeah, that comes up. Yeah, sure, we can talk about that later, I guess. Like it till the universe ends. Let's make sure the universe ends first. I don't have any intention of staying here with this bunch of losers any more than necessary. You including that. Sorry, not sorry. Iris snickered a little from the side. You know this was flustering Tortilla. Is that your best effort? I have heard plenty of it over the years. But back to the introductions. That snickering guy is... I can introduce myself, Barrel Boy. Barrel Boy? You heard the man. Go talk to him, I guess. There's not really a lot of stuff to say right now. And besides, I've got to think of better nicknames. For me, how about Queen? No, how about... No, I can't think of anything. We could start groveling right now. That would be great, thanks. Go shovel some mud right now. Tortilla saw the back of his hand into the air as it's sending her away. Outraged, Yuri didn't need to be told twice to vacate his area. Is she always like this? Unfortunately so. You guys escaped with her, right? You sure you couldn't have let her take a guess for the answer first? That was my fault then. I gave the answer, so... don't worry over it. Either way, I'm going to gather the others. The lumbering boy went to fetch the others, still talking together. Between Ira and Tortilla, it was a complete contrast. Not just physically, but mentally, too. Probably about time to share information now. But we're still lacking one team. Yeah, we're back here. I'll go over to Ivaritas now. Now, let's go to Averita. And how it's different to her. She joined Vidya, who was examining Averita, who reciprocated the stare. Actually wondering if, that increases the other ones. No, just increases the people we talk to. Okay. She joined Vidya, who was examining Averita, who reciprocated the stare. The air was a little tense, as though the older woman was utterly annoyed with him. Yes, can I help you? I just didn't expect... You're not a student, are you? The woman stayed silent for a while, looking slightly ticked off. And Cora watched the exchange for a moment, comparing it to the others meeting Serbia not too far away. Robert was getting absurdly angry. That's a contrast I've ever seen one. How astute! Yes, I'm not a student. Yes, you're a teacher. I'm a teacher in this school. Do I have to be examined by everyone here right now? Yes, under a thinly scoped microscope. It's slightly annoying. I'm assuming all the others already noted the fact it's clearly an old woman in the group, and that's what's ticking her off. Nvidia backed off, raising both of his hands defensively. My bad. Oh, is that why I'm the choice later on when we had I'm agreeing with Lux or following the rest of the group? That's why our trust went up with her. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I'm Vidya, and I'm guessing you're one of the names on that list too. I'm Amarita, and obviously it's not my real name. Do you know what it means? It's Latin for greed. Oh yeah. I've seen a few of the other names. I haven't seen all the names for the different variation of the greed of looking it up. But I know Nvidia is actually the Latin for sin for envy. Jealousy of other people's like possessions or talents. I wonder how if they really are like one per scope sins the characters have, or just naming conventions. I can't say I'm happy with it. Good to meet you at any rate. I promise I won't treat you any differently than anyone else. Good to meet me. Good to meet me. In here? Don't think so, no. Well, you're a teacher, but figure 30, so that's reassuring. Ha! Do you hear yourself? You just said you wouldn't treat me any differently than anyone else. Rydia looked like he'd received a gut punch from mere words alone. Dealing with this woman clearly wasn't going to be easy. Oh boy. And Cora couldn't see her face, but she definitely looked permanently annoyed. Okay, I don't blame you, Nvidia. I'm in Cora. I was with Nvidia and Serbia earlier. Yeah, I could see that. Wow, you're snarky. Just... She reached behind herself to mess with her hair a little, making it look even messier than before. Look, I might look cold, but at least I'm glad no one died so far, okay? That's gonna change soon when the third group comes out, yay! Don't you two have others to meet too, anyway? Thanks for your time. Guess would be madhouse or criminal if someone was actually impolite. Okay, skip ahead down to the choice. And we're back to this choice. Let's see what happens when we go with Lux's side. Maybe it would be good. Increases Lux, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't increase her, so yeah, the other choice will like make sure like everything's like excluded almost. If we all group up based on who we trust most and decide who's the most trustworthy ones, we can avoid having scuffles later on. It would also save us time. But that's still unfair for the rest of the others who aren't part of it. It's like condemning them to die, no? That's a recipe for disaster if I've ever seen one. People can do really terrible things when they're backed into a corner, like rabid animals. Yay! Precisely. That's probably just unfair to the rest, and it'll lead nowhere. For all your intelligent talk, you certainly were delusional with a gun back there. On the other line. It will give a few of us a position of power over the rest. Luxurian and Cora looked at the others. Averita, Tricia, and Rydia were all nodding their heads. Gula didn't seem to truly be sharing their opinion, but all she could give was a slight shrug towards the two, considering she was outnumbered. I think I'm a teacher, so normally I talk about unity too, but I think we shouldn't make a group this time. I have a feeling I'd be excluded from it because my situation is different for some other excuse. Plainly understood. I am certain this endeavor will serve only to truly and will derive a wedge between all four personages. She stared at her nails, making no eye contact with anyone. Or helmet contact, as it were. Technicalities! Make sure you keep after them. With no chance of making any additional alliances, Cora gave up the idea for now. For now. It's a little too dangerous when absolutely everyone is around, because who are we kidding? Of course there's going to be a vote group sooner or later. I guess that's that. What about meat cards? Any find any more? Okay, I think it's like the same, so let's skip ahead. Hopefully. Yeah, first we did have 9 cards, just want to be sure. Just skip over this. Skill levels, balanced teams, yeah. Okay. Let's go with Serbia. Maybe we'll find her. Luxuriant Serbia, yeah. I'll just stick to the original plan with B and Lux. Oh boy, you're really excited. Since we're going to Bia, we should go look for her real quick then. She can't have gone much further. I wonder why she decided to leave. The only way out of the wing was the way they all came in from, since anything leading further in was blocked by doors or walls. Because the doors clearly didn't have the rabbit in their surroundings, there was only one place she could be, and to the bend on the left. Yeah, sure. She still didn't care much to group with Serbia after the fiasco of the first voting session. I think I'm basically content over it now. While they deliberated about it, Rita and Gula readied themselves and made their way to the door closest to the group. The first one down the hall on the left. I wonder if that's the bar, like they're always going to be there. Vidi and I are going to take the second one here, and you two can get Serbia and take her back to the locked doors. I swear to God, if you kill Vidi, I will kill you. There's a classroom there you can enter, I believe. How does that sound? I don't really have a preference. Nvidia didn't seem in disagreement with that course of action. And Cora wasn't either, so the group started walking. However, she could tell that something was bothering Trissitia. Hey, Triss, something on your mind? Oh, this is your grand old enigmatic personality reference with a gun? I was thinking about epiphanies. You know what epiphany is, right? Yeah, kind of. An idea? Maybe. I don't know if I can really talk about it yet, but a little reticent for now. It's still somewhat baseless. I think it really is entirely baseless. And Cora... Oh, we can press him here? Let's press him for details. If we could get a better understanding of this. You just sound a little absent. So we don't make sure another gun incident like that happens again. Is it regarding what Lux said just now? I admit your pondering's not bothering me equally. Gula's sudden interventions were surprising Cora since the girl momentarily came back just for this, making Avery to wait on her. Trissitia hesitated a little while. The teacher patiently crossed her arms, apparently glaring daggers at the group. No, not really about Lux. It's about what me said earlier. Something just doesn't quite add up. Something new? What is it? I can't say just yet. Okay. It might be something big. But one of us is definitely the mastermind, so I'm gonna speak about it later, after I'm out of the rooms. If I die before then, Vidi is the mastermind. What? Sorry, but it's just related to what I'm thinking about. Nothing personal. I'm pretty sure he's just safeguarding himself from dying because he knows if it came out that Vidi was a mastermind. We voted next round. It's just insurance. Well, that's your choice, I guess. I can't really tell you to not distrust me given our current situation, but we're also going to be exploring a room together, so we better not fight. How interesting. Oh boy. If I ever had done, oh god. Gula's interest in the topic struck Cora's odd once more, but she didn't pursue it. The more she thought about it, the more she figured Gula's words were tinted with sarcasm. Assuming her original interest is due to her being mentioned, why does Gula have such a keen interest in Luxuria? A very short while later, Avery and Gula disappeared into their room. The leftover group of four went together further down the hall. Avery and Trissitia would leave for the second room, while Cora and Luxuria fetched Bia. Well, we're going in too. Have fun with Bia. Oh, thank you. We'll have the greatest of times we'll gather around a circle rings of friendship. And Cora could tell that was sarcasm. Thank you. With a wave, the two of them vanished inside the room. Safe traveling companions. Dang. And Cora tried to stretch her neck over to peek inside, but the door was already shut by the time she had the opportunity to do so. Let's get Bia for now. And Cora could also tell that she wasn't too enthused about it. Who is enthused about this? No one is. No surprises there. Very few of them were enamored with the bunny girl, if anybody at all. And the other ones is dead. That's dark to say, for good reasons. She went down a dead end. Very soon their steps brought them to the corner of the hallway where Sir B had disappeared to. It was right next to the metal plates and Cora had previously investigated with Triss and Ava. Oh. There she was sitting against the wall, holding her knees together against her body. Like, what's wrong? She wasn't looking good. The helmet obscured her features, but it was still the first time she displayed herself in such a way. What the fuck do you two want? Go away. She was not in a good mood. Well, wait to go explore the rooms. You insane? I'm not moving from here. If things have to get bad, Then let them get as bad as they'll be. I don't care. I don't think we can reason with her. Luxury timidly spoke to Ancora. Seeing how the situation wouldn't improve if they did nothing anyway, she gave it a shot. We should form a vote group. Ancora remembered the idea of a vote group and how it was shot down by the rest of the people. Then again, Gula didn't seem like she cared one way or another about it. Technically, they did have 3 people in it. With Serbia, it would be 4. As much as she didn't want to think about it, Ancora believed that it could work. What was it, like, how many more people was that? So, Triss, Nvidia, and Avery against that, so we have like 4, yeah, I'll overcount that. I'm not too sure how I would feel about that one way or another, actually, so, meh. What a conundrum. Either not have a vote group and be at the mercy of everyone else, again, or form a vote group with this. Bad egg? Bad egg. So what's that got to do with me? Everything. I don't like seeing you like this. I was thinking we could include you in it. We'd all vote for the same person. Since we'd be 4 in it, then... She thought what would happen up to the air, but it was clear. This did get Serbia's attention. Soon enough, she perked up a little. Well, I guess this won't get me killed. Ancora knew Serbia was thinking about it now. It's certainly working in her favor, so yeah. A few moments later, and she slowly stood back up, looking a little reticent, but willing to cooperate. Huh, Luxury actually convinced her rather easily. It was a little smooth, too. Fine. Fine, then. Whatever. Okay, I'm in. That was easy. Having a chance not to immediately die next vote has that effect, yes. Rubber Girl was a little less reticent to accompany the others. Ancora was thankful for that because they needed their full team of 3 to begin with. I'm very happy about that. Let's go now. We really had to hurry to that first room or we'll run out of time. The group ran back to the closed doors and slid into the room next to them. All in all, this meeting had taken a few minutes off their clock. Inside what greeted them was... an office. The principal's office. Oh. I guess they went to find a keypad for that one. They marveled at this room they had never seen before firsthand. And then the 39 seconds elapsed. Hello, what thing are we gonna learn today? We learned about explosives and bombs last time. Are we gonna learn about suicides and framings and legality stuff? On the dot, their visions were all taken by me, just the door leading outside the room locked. I hope you remember the newspaper article from the first room you've explored, because this is the principal's office, home of the principal, the man who was arrested. The student was murdered from like one of the other newspaper articles, and the principal was arrested for being a suspect, I guess. Normally it is another wing, but that wing was destroyed by an explosion. So you recreated it here? Terrible affair, isn't it? And why am I mentioning this? I wonder if you can put together the puzzle. Anyway, my question for this room is, what crime did the principal commit? If I did, my first guess is like nothing, or... nah. That man is a rather large link between all of you. You've ignored it up till now. Unfortunately, you won't be learning his name yet. I say that, but someone in your group already knows his name, since they are relatives. Oh. If you remember it, that's another matter entirely. I can already imagine that if it's in our group, then it's obviously Lux. It's obviously Lux. Maybe you'll learn soon. Either way, that's my introduction done. Don't forget. I'll see you later. Bye. The entire speech was much shorter this time around, lasting only a minute or 2. The group of 3 looked at each other, trying to determine how to take that information. Let's split up then. We have this whole room to search. Ancora pointed at an opening in the wall, in the far back. And there's that area too. We should investigate that. Do you think there's another room connected to this one, as part of the puzzle? What do you think would be on the principal's office? Beats me. guess a lounge or something like that? Well, I doubt it. All we came to do is, like, look at it, but I'll look at that, like, afterwards. Okay, let's go. The three then split up as convened. Serbia took the left side, while Luxuria focused on the right side, leaving a core to do as she pleased. Okay, so where do we start here? Let's look at this, like... obviously looks like a keypad, we have to figure it out, so... Luxuria approached the glass from the bookshelf just as Cora noticed her moving her over. She called out to the smaller girl, closing distance between them. I don't think that's going to open right now. There's some kind of electronics. Yeah, I know. Behind the glass is a bunch of books. I don't see anything interesting. Now think back to the thing. Does that mean like I'm since they're recording, doesn't that technically mean that I'm at least just someone in the entirety group, like the 9 people actually is a relative, not just the group we're paired with here? I guess it would make more sense. Then why would it have the keypad? I don't know. Maybe there's something. Like you said though. She dejectedly sighed. I can't open it yet. So when you find something, that goes to the... It looks like a weird corner. There's different things to look at. I cannot see that, so... It's like I assume we can't... If that's a highlight, we can't even look at it then. Let's look at the drawers. Behind this desk are some drawers. Mind taking a look in them? Hey, you found them. Why don't you do it for a change? Serbia was a retort, but she cleared her throat instead. It seemed as though, for a moment, she was going to act as she always did, but in the end, she restrained herself. Well, fine. I'll do it then. With a surprisingly turn of events, Serbia opened the drawers herself, one by one, checking into each of them for any clue. She reached into the final one and pulled out an item. A key? Oh, yeah. There's a key in here. It's not like the ones before. What? It's a weird key? It's missing some parts? Show the key to Ancora. Okay. So we need to find some glue or something and find the other piece somewhere? Definitely, this key was only half one. With only one half a key, there weren't many locks that could be opened. I guess to keep our eyes peeled for anything that resembles the other half of a key. And we also have to find where the lock is. Maybe it opens a box? Not necessarily. She pointed at the hallway behind the wall, a little further away. There's a door in there, and it's locked. I think that's where this goes. Wow, did you quadruple your intellect in the span of 5 minutes? Hey, fuck off. I can be helpful if I want. Just if you want, huh? Yes, just if I want, shorty. Let's keep searching now. We don't have much time to waste. Oh boy. She reminds me a little of Nvidia like this. Nothing else in the drawers? Drawers. Open and tell me your secrets. And... there! It's already empty. Shush, I'm having my fun over here. I want to do a magic show. It's already empty. Stop casting magical spells. They won't make more objects appear inside. Dang it, really? Okay, what's encounter number uno? Okay, I'm gonna open it. The small and timid girl reached for the handle. Then she pulled the door open, and inside was... Inside was a large pot of formaldehyde with a head contained within. Nice. A human head. I don't think this is related to the room. She closed the door afterwards and left the desk surroundings. Igor watched it all happen from the sidelines, offering no comments. I better check on it again just to be make sure anyway. Leaning down, she opened the door and looked into it again. Sure was the head contained in the pot of formaldehyde. Is it the principal's head? It was kind of hard to tell because the hair was covering the entire side. Like he had long hair. Let's see, underneath it there are a few words. First, eliminate 2. Huh. Something's familiar about this presentation. I can't exactly put my finger on it. Did you hear me, Lux? From the side, an apprehensive Luxuria nodded her head to confirm that she heard what was underneath the pot. and Cora closed the door again, deciding against dragging the head outside for any extended period of time. Well, that's that. First late too. Let's remember that. So I go with has to go with one of the clues, like similar to how the papers were in the other rooms. So yeah. So that cabinet. Let's look at it again, just to be sure. Hey, Bia. Hey, come take a look at this. Hey. There's something super special inside there. You just have to come and look. Here we go. Serbia walked over to the desk, looking over in Cora's shoulder at what she was pointing towards. It's a closed cabinet. Peekaboo! She flung open the door, and the severed head and the formaldehyde came into view. Serbia jumped back in surprise for punching the back of Cora's head. The blonde girl fell to the ground, feeling the harsh, resonating vibrations coursing through the interior of the helmet. Nice. Karma. You imbecile! Worth it. Definitely worth it. To the desk. In this corner, nothing! Absolutely nothing. In the opposite corner, nothing! Of course there's nothing. All their contents have been spilled onto the floor. So there's absolutely nothing on the desk. I have the same piece of furniture at home. It's where I store my panties. Okay, why are you telling us this? Oh, well, now that you bring it up. I also store my underwear in drawers like those. Do people store their underwear outside drawers? Where would you do that? It's super spacious for that kind of thing. You can put so many in there. Okay, why are we having this conversation? Just a small pause and Cora cleared her throat. Just how many panties do you have? Oh, a lot. Do we really need to know the number? Some of them were gifts too. Gifts? I'll just pretend you didn't imply that. Okay. What's on the shelves? They're mostly binders, whether it's like a piece of paper for clues. And over here we have a lot of binders. Time for research time. Oh, they're empty. And there's a green pot. Green pot. Also empty. And some books. Empty. Sir B's head. Just as empty as... Hey! You tricked me! Look out, here comes Sir Amicase and his companion Sir Hamvik Vars. What? Together they're the two Sormek vases. What? Where is this coming from? What's on the table? Magazines? Oh, that also went with the books around. This is a big mess. How are we supposed to find anything in this pile of books? I don't know. It's not just made of books either. There are newspapers, and I think I'm spying a secret journal with a lock. Oh, like go with a key? Really? What would a grown man do with that? Does it belong to like one of the people here? What's a recreation? Maybe it's not his own. The two of them searched the books for a while, trying to find out anything about the principal. Eventually, Sir Bia noticed they were doing that for a while and joined them. What are you two adults doing now? We're looking for clues. In this messy pile of books? Fine, I'll look too. Guess she wants to get this whole search done and over with faster. I wonder why she changed her mind. Beforehand, she wasn't all too useful, now she's a lot less persistent. The three of them have separated from the pile into books, newspapers, and the lone secret journal. There was no way to unlock that last one, but they could at least make heads or tails of it, the newspapers. The books seemed largely useless. So what's the newspapers? There are a few articles that might be interesting. This one is the one we already saw before, about the murder that occurred at school. It's marked with a number. A number? It says it's 2. There's this one marked with a 7 related to the bombs that blew up parts of the school. And then there's this one where he was taken in by the police, marked with a 4. I think those are all the articles that seem to be linked. No, there's a 4th one. This one's talking about drugs and it's marked with a 1. Apparently one of the rooms of the school contained a massive amount of drugs. No one ever went in or out, and eventually aroused suspicion. And that's when the room's contents came to light. They're second to take it all in, all the new information. The jury voiced concern. But this doesn't really help us, does it? We still don't know which of all these is the principal's crime. So there's either murder, like bomb planting, or drugs. Strange. We should keep the numbers in mind, at least. I bet they're linked to this room in general. Probably for the keypad, over here. We gotta remove the 2. The trio kept the newspapers close for future reference. Let's see. The disembodied head. We have all the newspapers look like. This one says first eliminate 2. So we get rid of this one. And these 3. Mark the number 1. Maybe we have to do these in order. This is probably the first one, so 1. And then... since the school was closed down, this is obviously last, so 147. We get rid of that, so just 147 for the code. Hopefully it's 3-digit. Okay, keep pressing escape. Jesus. Can you open it now? We need to gather more information to open this. I mean, I can't unlock it, but it would look really shitty if I just did it. They'd immediately realize something's wrong. So is that everything we can look at right now? Let's look at the pile again. This has quickly become a mess again, even though we split them up. I guess there's no helping it. Look, Drew didn't seem bothered by the mess at all. Feeling at home? Yeah, I don't clean up very often, so my room gets a little messy too. Same. So what's down here? We looked at everything else. Well, besides the door we came from. There's a door here, and wait, we still only have half a key. Hearing the girl talk about a key, Luxury came into the little hallway in the back of the room. Oh, you mean half like this one? What, you had that this whole time and didn't even... She had the item in the core before the blonde girl took it to add it to the other half, busying her hands while they spoke about it. Yeah, that's exactly it. Where did you find it? I don't remember. How do you forget something like that? That doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't remember, okay? Maybe it was in a drawer or something. Well, whatever, this works anyway. Let's see, on the count of 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. Hey, wait, where did you come from? Serbi joined the two of them out of nowhere. Without a word, she gave an annoyed sigh and snatched the key from the core's hand, hip bumping the girl and over to take her spot, and she inserted the key into the keyhole, turning it to unlock the door. That's quite a mouthful. Literally, like, why are we doing a countdown anyway? Just, Jesus. No more dumb countdowns. I'm with you on that. We have a whole other room to explore, so let's get going. Our time's diminishing by the minute. Another group could use the little back hallway to go into the next room. Let me look at the door really quickly first. That's the door we entered through. And now it's locked. That's right. Searching it is useless right now. Another clickety-doo. What do you think is behind? It's a hallway. There's nothing else here. We already know what's outside, you idiot. Are we sure, though? Did we look over every single piece of tile onto the floors and ceilings? Well, she got her spunk back fairly quickly, at least. Okay, this is not anything I would imagine in mind. What even is this? What is this? Looks like the wallpaper's peeling. This is all just steampunk. Quite a few things looking here. Look at mirror first, because why not? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the bitchiest of them all? And Cora glanced over at Serbia. The bunny girl was taking a nap in the bed. She's even already asleep, huh? That saves the need to feed her an apple. I can barely see myself in the mirror when I'm up close. Me too. Is it foggy? We're too short for normal people mirrors. It's a little high, actually. Kind of. Someone tall must live here. Taller than me, at least. Yeah, there's wallpaper peeling everywhere, huh? Oh, is that the door we came from, actually? Yeah, it is. That's a weird thing to go about. Let's look at the grandfather clock. This is cool. It really is, actually. What even is this thing right here? I wonder. I don't always wanted to have one of those grandfather clocks. He looks old, and also, what's with the cog imagery around the clock itself? She pointed with her thumb, tracing the surface of the clock with it afterwards to check for dust. Hey, you're gonna mess with the time. So what? You can adjust these hands, but... It's not like we know if this is the purpose or anything. Either way, there's no dust. This is just placed here recently. So we need to find a passcode and a time. That's good to know. Let's see. We can't look at the valve. What's on the shelves? There's a dictionary on the shelves above the bed. Not a thesaurus for Gula. To be more precise, it's a dictionary in parts? Who would read a dictionary as a small time literature? Wouldn't that get absurdly boring or something? Gula will have a word with you. Why not stories about unicorns? Stories? Yes. Judging by the look of this place, I don't think whoever lives here would read stories about unicorns. I don't think so. Anything else on the shelf? There's a thesaurus in here too. Yes, I knew it! Dictionary, thesaurus! Ugh, we have a whole trifecta. Duology. Is that some kind of dinosaur? I wish it is, my dear girl. I wish it was. The Thesaurus Rex? You mean the Tyrannosaurus Rex? A thesaurus is just a dictionary for obnoxious people. What's in the bed? Is there anything? Besides a sleeping Bia? You don't really freaked out by this room. Freaked out even though you were taking a sleep on the bed earlier. Who the hell would have a bedroom in a school? Maybe it's a replicated one and not the actual one. Duh. That must have been obvious, but then again, you don't expect Pandora to be able to do something like this, so I can't fault them for not thinking about it. I just wonder about the reason for replicating all these rooms. Maybe it's so we feel at home? So basically every single room here, like, feels at home to at least one person? I don't feel like Pandora would want us to live here, though. We only have 6 hours in total, more or less. If either of you want to search this bed more, feel free. I'm gonna check the rest of the room. The stuff in here. It all looks so interesting comparatively. Yeah, sure, leave the people with the lesser stuff, won't you? You feel like someone who leaves the people with the lesser stuff, so that's your purgatory now. There's nothing in the bed? Came by to check on the peasants, didn't you? I thought you called yourself a queen earlier. Yep. I'm not a peasant, you I don't care what you are. I care about what you found. If you found anything at all. There was this piece of paper with a diagram. Diagram? It's giving a bunch of hours. I don't get it all. That goes for the grandfather clock, obviously, so let's see. Just take it. I'm gonna sleep here a little. In the middle of an investigation. Didn't you just say we didn't have much time before? A girl needs a beauty sleep. Sure. Okay, what's on the paper? Piece of paper with hours written on it, found by Sir B around the bed. Oh, we just use it on the clock then, okay. Just go with that now. Then when I stepped in here, I knew this clock was cool. After admiring the clock for a short moment, and Cora pulled out the piece of paper with the hours on it. Slowly, she adjusted each clock hand to the hours, minutes, and seconds indicated on it. Seeing how a few combinations didn't work in any way whatsoever, she gave up, not understanding what was wrong. Try all 3 combinations? The bunny spied onto the paper Cora was holding, the one Sir B herself had found. None of them work. Try adding them together. And Cora tried that, but she saw no result. She was about to give up, but after a few seconds had passed, a small click echoed from a nearby piece of furniture. Okay. Oh, wait, it looks like it unlocked something else. Let's investigate that. What, like, did it come from, like, the pendulum side of the grandfather clock, or, like, behind it? Norbert already left the surroundings by the time Cora realized the clock itself opened, too. Inside it was an object waiting at the very bottom. There's a golden key. Oh, does it go with the journal? Perfect, now maybe we can get the journal open. Yeah, and keep talking to yourself aloud. Good idea, Cora. What other furniture unlocked? Was it the cabinet? This is where I heard the click from. This thing should open now. Well, good thing I decided to click on this last. And just as predicted, the doors flew wide open after Cora tugged onto them. She hadn't expected them to open nearly this easily, so the force she put in it made her fall right down onto her ass. Ow! Hey, watch out! My sensory inputs deceive me. Did you just care for someone else? You almost bumped into me. Ah, okay. There we go. Back to normal. Status quo instated. Inside is another one of those pieces of paper. The second one says, second eliminate 4. I wonder what that's all about. Clearly directives, but I'm not sure we have everything we need with this. Let's keep looking around longer. We can look at the bedside table. Let me guess, these contain nothing too? No, they contain a piece of paper. Okay. Look, it says, finally eliminate 1. That sounds pretty important to solve this room. If you ask me, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Let's pull all the other important stuff we found. Oh, is that for the very last thing? Let's see, actually. We'll check the journal afterwards, but the papers go eliminate 4. So the rest, eliminate 1. What was the other thing? The other one's eliminate 2. So he was involved with the terrorism? The bombs? Whoa. Why? Huh. I thought it was the crime we could use the slips of paper. Because let's open the journal and see what's inside. Using the key she found in the clock, Ancora opened the journal. Flicking through the pages, she looked for any hints, but it was clear this was purposefully left blank for the most part. Find anything in it? Not yet. The pages are blank. Serbia tried swiping the book over to give her own cursory search, but Ancora avoided her by shifting quickly to the side. She was nearing the end anyway. The most interesting page was the penultimate one, on which some words were written, accompanied by a large PR table of elements. Huh. Now it says, I'll get them for what they did to you, Dad. On the very final page, third, eliminate 7. This is all very important stuff, so I'll have to keep note of it. Eliminate 7. Keep note of the latter part, at least. The first part is not related to the answer to this room. It's just that this principal has a daughter. A daughter? Someone with daddy issues, huh? And what's with the PR table? Oh, that's so dumb. Ancora closed the journal back up to resume her search. Oh, so that gets rid of the other one, right? Hold on, like, second eliminate 4. Oh, wait, does it go to the keypad, actually? Eliminate 1. Finally eliminate 1. Okay, we had to go and, like, figure out a code to this. Well, obviously, it's first eliminate 2. So this. So, 2. 2, 4. 2, 4, 7, 1. Yeah, I think that's it. So, maybe now we can look at the tree approached the bookshelves. I think we can open this now. We found a few pieces of evidence with numbers on them. This keypad takes numbers. Oh, I want to do it. What's the code? The code has something to do numbers. Remember 7, 2, 1, and 4? Yeah. So what's the code? Her tone was a little more demanding now. Since she took the keypad, it was clear she wanted to input a number. Well, we had an indication before, too. How did they go again? Something about elimination. Oh, okay, I immediately forgot because you mentioned the numbers again. And now to do with elimination. First, eliminate 2. Okay, 2, what was it? I'm gonna look at the items again, but it looks like we were stuck here until we do. Okay, 2, 7, 4, 1. I'm just gonna make that. First, eliminate 2. Second, eliminate 4. 2, 4, 7, 1. I completely immediately forgot the number sequence. God damn it, Subaria. I know it's not your fault, but Jesus. 2, 4, 7, 1. There you go. The answer was 2, 4, 7, 1. Inspiring. Ancora communicated the answer to Luxuria, who immediately input that combination, making the glass door open slightly. Slightly. Now the group can access the books inside. Huh. I thought the numbers were for... The numbers were for what? Hey! Look! Inside there are some e-cards! Luxuria already had swiped one, and she gave the other to Subiria. However, since there were only 2 cards, it left Ancora without one. There was something else inside, though. Ancora managed to grab a key out of the bookshelves from behind other books. Its teeth are in the shape of a G. Huh. The shape of a G, huh? The other key was the shape of an L. What was the key the shape in the very first room? Oh, there's something else. There's a piece of paper inside. I bet it's related to the question. Pulling it out, she read it over and then showed the others. Apparently, she had no idea what it meant. If you eliminate those 4, what is left? That's what it says. Feels like this time around, we don't have a lot of possible outcomes, huh? Yeah, it's pretty simple for a question. Huh? Huh? What's simple? The answer, I think I have it. Even I could deduce it. Why was this room a hell of a lot easier than the first fucking room we've been in? Whatever, let's gather the door when you two are ready. They're right anyway. The paper has everything to do with the question. Why? Hold on a second. Deduction. So obviously it has something to do with like what we had so far. Hold on a second. Piece of paper in which is a question. If you eliminate those 4, what is left? So these 4 are gone. I can't imagine, like, remember another crime. Is it like just mentioning this game itself? I doubt it, but let's see. Wait, I don't know what the answer is. Then don't answer the door. You'll have a 100% chance of living, too. No, I mean, I'd like to understand the process. Oh, well, it's rather simple. She shrugged, motioning over to the combined findings. There's some stuff in there that most likely can be used for multiple purposes. All we did, at least, I'm assuming Serbia came to the same conclusion as mine, was to apply that knowledge. The smaller girl scurried out to the papers, trying to make heads or tails of it all. A few months later, she called out to the duo. So the crime the principal committed was the bombs? He was the one who set them all off as revenge getting arrested? No, wait. That's my conclusion, too. It's the only thing that makes sense based on everything we gathered. No, that's wrong. She shook her head a little. The principal didn't set the bombs. Well, that's most decidedly someone else. I guess I'll just answer then. It's simpler that way. No objections from me. None from me either. The two of them waited with bated breath as in court stepped forward and yelled as she did before. Let me out! The principal's crime is... Eliminate 4, and what do you and what is left? Is it literally just nothing? He had no crime. Nothing! He did not commit any crime. For a moment, it seemed like the answer was wrong, but the door came unlocked very shortly. The 2 other girls released a breath they'd been holding. What? What kind of answer is that? We searched through this entire place, we got listed 4 crimes. 4! And the answer was no crime? That's my very first thought. Exactly. Eliminating all the numbers to open the bookcase wasn't the only use for the indications we found here. Well, I forgot to tell you, Lux, but there was also a third eliminate 7 that I found in the journal. Yeah, I came to that conclusion too without looking in the journal before. We just didn't keep track of it on the paper or anything. So your reasoning was good, but just ignoring part of the solution. Well, let's get the fuck out of here then. Everything's unlocked, so let's live. Timer's going down, but we're fairly fast. Let's go. Fairly fast. The 2 of them left, followed by Ancora. Probably one of the simplest rooms in here. Perhaps even the simplest one altogether. Oh boy. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Well, this answer should come as no surprise. We now have introduced other crimes into the equation. Crimes the principal didn't commit. Of course not. The reason is that my emptiness is to blame for all of those crimes. And somehow you said before that the crimes don't matter in the grand scheme of things? And the traitor's someone else entirely? That's weird. So these people... Wait, why did your number go up? Why did your number go up out of all of them? That's strange. Well, I guess if we like had to hack someone's helmet, we have to go with you, not to like hope someone off. Although if you're part of the group, oh boy, does it mean we should have went out to Triss at the very beginning and hacked their helmet? Serbia, Luxurian, and Cora emerged into the hallway. The door did not lock up yet. It would not until the timer was done and counting down. At a glance, it didn't look like any of the other teens were out yet. From coming out as the last group to coming out as the first group. Can we team up again for the next round? She looked a little excited at how easy this room had been. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is that we have our me cards now. She took hers out, looking at it for a brief moment. All of a sudden, Luxury pointed out at Cora to realize their little problem. But Cora doesn't have one yet. All she has is the key. We need to find one so we can vote all the consoles with her. Yeah. Oh, no, that's actually been pointed out now. Literally every single time they they left the room, they just shout out the answer and the door's unlocked. They didn't never use the key, so there's a key for L, G. What was the key for the very first one? Maybe that's the reason why we keep replaying the games from the very beginning. Maybe we should split up then. Let's do that while the others are still not done with their rooms. And thus the search began anew. After convenience to split up, Serbia went towards the closed doors while Luxuria went back to the larger room. Nicole went to the corner she and Luxuria had fetched Serbia from. When Nicole walked by the second door down the hall, she heard a click. Next the came door open and just as quickly out was Nvidia. Oh hey Cora. Your group finished, huh? Yeah. Where's Triss? Oh, he's coming. You want to examine the room a little more. It's not really my stuff, so I just had to leave earlier. I got a me card, and I guess your group found two too. Right, I also got this key. He showed it to Cora. The teeth had a strange shape in the letter form of the letter L. No, I. So, L-I-G? What was the first letter? First key. The first one I got, I can now create an AI. AI? Yeah, an artificial intelligence. I'm kidding. It's mostly because the first one looked like an A, and this one looks like an I, see? He started to draw a little, pensive for a moment. To be entirely serious, I don't think I could make an AI, honestly. They're stupid complex, you know? They're a bit like us in design, an artificial person, creates my code. How could they take and improve on their own? Okay, slow down here, heebie-jeebers. We don't even have a computer here to even make programming stuff. Yeah, that's a little far-fetched. I don't know if we'll get there for a while. I mean, some people can still barely use the internet without taking over their phone line. Dial-up internet. And more importantly, about the keys, what do you think they mean anyway? They have letters in them, right? I want to go back to that AI thing. I heard some people talk about how having AIs that thinking improve themselves impossible, but I mean if our brains can do that, how can we not replicate machines doing that? We can't if nature suddenly just has us decide we can think and feel like we can now, well, by our own observations, thinking observing each other. Why can't we just make something that's similar to us? What are the keys? So the first key's letter was A, we have an I, then an LG. AILG. I don't think that really spells anything in the anagram. Whatever it is, it's an impossible to solve without all the keys. But asking other people might tip me off about their knowledge of this game. Beats me. Okay, listen, this is gonna sound a little random, but which one do you like most in the group? Huh? What do you mean? That's sudden. No, the group of keys. Which letter do you like most? Oh, you mean that? I was actually... If it was the one of the group, it'd be you! And Cora chose her a second. She picked... O. G and A. I key. Yeah, that one. The I key. That's one I like the most. It's like a little leg that sticks out from the handle. So it's kind of funny for a key. Weird. I thought you liked the A key. Due to your name and Cora? I like to trade it for your G key. Oh, well, I guess? I'm not sure what this all amounts to, but alright, sure. The two of them traded keys together. You're just considering aesthetics. And Cora gave her G key away to Nvidia, while I gave her his A key. Nice. I thought it might be fun, that's all. No, it doesn't look like anything really changed. Just be sure. We don't have a lot of time, and I guess if you got the key, then you might not have gotten a me card. Yeah, Lux and Bia got them, so we're supposed to look for them now. I wouldn't count on Bia being too useful for that, but... me neither. I'll help then. I'll go search in those side classrooms. All the random ones that seem to be locked. I'm sure we can access some of them, otherwise, why not block them? They're pretty much all empty. Sure, if you want. I'll go search in this corner area then. See you later. The two of them parted ways, and Cora resumed her trip to the other end of the hallway, and this time without any other interruptions. Oh boy. If Triss is gone, that would mean, like, everyone will... Triss doesn't come out. Like, don't the rooms lock up when you leave them, or is like they only lock up when the other group leaves? Huh. Let me look at the timer again. Be sure. Be honest, like, I'm just seeing the other timeline, and I'm sure being killed out by Triss. Yeah, I don't have any sympathy for him, even if he dies right here. When she arrived there, she heard a door coming open and closing. That was most likely Triss Tia leaving the room. A few months later, another door opened, this time in the far distance. Judging by the footsteps that followed, it looked like Avery and Gula both left their room. So everyone's out then. We have to find the meat card really quickly, or else... And I forgot, but someone needs to surrender the right to live right now too. We're quickly running out of time. And of course I went read almost 3 hours. They only had, at most, 10 minutes before the hour mark would close upon them, and everyone would lose at that point in time, and nothing was done. Yet, Cora wasn't nearly so panicked. We still got time. First the meat cards. Or maybe this is a good spot to spy in some of the helmets. Helmets! She thought about it a little more. It became apparent that this choice was the right one. While thinking, Cora had been investigating the nearby door, which unlocked thanks to her newly obtained key. Ah. Here we go. That was easy. I need to thank Viddy later. Really need to drop this habit of talking aloud to yourself there, Cora. Don't worry, I talk to myself all the time. Pushing the door open, she entered the corner room. It was a staircase. It didn't go anywhere, but because the second floor was otherwise inaccessible. Is there a meat card here? Maybe on the benches? There was an emergency exit, but obviously it didn't open. There was no visible lock or handle. It was as if the door was nothing but a wall. Just a blank of a wall, made of styrofoam. Styrofoam, more plastic. There's a strange graffiti in one of the walls. No one could see it unless they walked in there. It says mid-air avionics. Avionics. Nothing else. Is that like air related? Avionics. Well, of course it's air related because it says mid-air. Jesus. Avionics. It sounds like almost like aerodynamics or like aviation. I'm probably just looking into that way too much. What does it even mean? How do you not know what it means? It likely is an anagram? It's weird. If it's an anagram, it doesn't match anything that makes sense. You can't make heads or tails of it. I guess it's one of the things to keep in mind. It's gonna bother me for a while, though. As soon as I get a hint as to what it really means, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna solve the crud out of this one. How do you not know this one? Maybe this is one of the clues a traitor left behind, almost? Well, this is as good a spot to spawn other people as it can be. No one's gonna stumble into here. The real question is, who's available for hacking? It depended on the frequencies currently displayed. It seemed as though there were four possible helmets to spy upon this time around. That's a jackpot. Let's see. I can hack Nvidia, Serbia, Irida, or Gula. I want to hack Nvidia though. I had no idea why. He was so insistent on turning the A key over for the G key. The visuals came onto the screen when Nvidia's helmet was hacked. Bingo. Not even a puzzle this time. Wait. Something's wrong. Why would there not be a puzzle this time? Huh. That's weird. What is this? A blank screen? But the frequencies match. What does this mean? Maybe out of hacking range? Well, one problem solved itself. Suddenly everyone's visions were overtaken by me once again. Oh, okay. Apologies for this abrupt call. It is very important, though. I must inform you that someone in your group has left the boundaries of the game. And this is currently not allowed, so I have both good news and bad news. Which one do you hear first? Wait, are we out of bounds? Oh god. Which one do you want to hear first? Rhetorical. Everyone always wants to hear the bad news first, especially if they don't relate to them, which is the case here. That way you can all feel sorry for what happened. And then you can celebrate with the good news. Bad news is that the one who is wearing the helmet that left the bounds has now been removed from the game. That is right, they surrendered the right to live. The good news is, since someone has surrendered the right to live before the hour slice is over, well, now you have one more hour before a vote is required. Of course, you can always trigger the vote early. Remember that only 3 of you will not surrender their right to live, so the survivors number above that count, you better get to work. If you had any puzzles you wanted to solve, however, you have to do the vote first anyway. No vote, no progress. So who died? What the fuck?